Yo, how's it going, everyone? It's that time once again. We are back for the Dokkan early stream. It is now Sunday, the 19th, or at least for me. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys have had a good weekend. I know I have been away. Haven't streamed since, what was it? Was it Friday morning or Thursday morning? I think it was Friday morning. But yeah, a busy weekend. Sister again was over on Friday, and then I was out yesterday playing ball games with my friends. So I haven't been around. I hope you guys liked the videos that went up while I was gone, testing out those old 200% lead teams for the Bird Coup and Metal Cooler Easy A's. But yeah, we are back, and we are, as it says in the title of the stream, getting close to the end now for the TDC. So what will happen next? I mean, the simple answer is we get a filler Dokkan Fest, but obviously the more interesting part of the thing is, what is it going to be? What will we see? I'll probably do a proper video on that sort of topic today. Because I need to go through and look obviously back at the old schedule and see what came out around this time last year. Because obviously the issue with that is, of course, the fact that the schedule was different because TDC is in a different place. Because where are we? If we go back on, because we had the GDC at this point instead last year, but technically part 1 of the GDC didn't start until like the 27th. So technically, in terms of like the time slot from last year, like the big celebration was about to start. So probably have to look on JP and go back to like the year before that, because obviously the GDC lasted for like, actually no, it started on the 7th. It was the secondary banner when after the initial thing had run out. So it started on the 7th. According to this, the literal next thing was the GDC or the TDC. Did that happen on global? I think it's because the Dokkan database thing that I'm looking at only shows global. Shout out to Bringer for re-upping his channel membership, Lobster Squad member for 36 months. Hey, let's go. That 3-year badge now. So Ilfie's weekend has been great. Got a PS5. Nice. Next up is the Dokkan Fest. Oh yeah, the Peppy Gals banner thing. Yep. Mamba and STR18 will Easy A. Yep. Yeah, because if we go to, actually, yeah, we can go to JP and go back to like the year before, I guess, because that's when the GDC would have been in the same place. While I try and sort out refreshing my pattern. My 31 Kid Boos. Oh, I've got 32 raccoons as well. Yeah, so if we go to banners, change over to JP, and go back to like 2014. 2024 even. 2014. Because yeah, where was that Jiren and UI Goku? Heroes. How we miss heroes. Why Dokkan? Why do you take heroes away from me? Okay, right. So that's where Jiren came out. So that's where we are now. So 2024, Jiren came out around the time that the Cellmax banner came out. Then we had, yeah, Dokkan Festival from Master Roshi was the 31st of July. So yeah, it basically means we've probably got like a dead week coming up now, and then somewhere between like beginning and middle of the week after, so like the 27th to the 29th or so, I would imagine, is then when the next Dokkan Fest comes out. And then, yeah, the Peppy Gals banner was on the 14th of the 8th. So the next Dokkan Fest should be in just over a week. And then 2 weeks after that is the Peppy Gals banner. I've got so many of these lower rarity Patan cards now because of all the manga ones that I farmed up, which, to be fair, they didn't last as long as I thought they would. I thought, well, I mean, to be fair, people could have farmed up way more than I did, but I thought it was one of those things. I made the video at the time where it's like, this will literally last you like Patan forever, but wasn't quite as many as I thought. Okay, there's 33 of this Goku. 42 base Vegetos. Base Vegito versus Nail. What a matchup. So harder fights. I've done 36 runs today for funny challenge ideas. Only 19 ended in success. That's not bad though, because obviously I guess we don't want the challenges to be too easy. GDC EZA is going to look great. Yeah, AGL Blue Boys, Tech Features of Masu, Future Gohan and Trunks. I don't know if they will be GDC, because we've got to remember that the cooler worldwide characters have only just EZA'd now, and they came out a whole year before the Future Saga worldwide. So I would be kind of surprised if they EZA'd them that soon, but I still have a 400. Damn. Like I thought I farmed quite a few, but yeah, obviously it got to a certain point where I just didn't want to farm them anymore. But and I did have quite a lot. Like they lasted me a decent amount of time. Bringer still has 50 of each. Damn. What new team can I use to beat Festival of Battles? Festival is not really my forte because I hate that mode. I will literally never replay it unless they add new missions and I have to. Although we joked about it the other day, like saying that I do have a Rainbow Tech Broly now, so I could try and do the speed run strategy at some point. But yeah, it depends. It's like, are you just trying to, like, are you trying to beat it for the first time? Are you trying to do like a specific mission? We now have 2 2022 units left to EZA, Tech Bardock and Tech LR, Goku and Gohan. Yeah, so, I mean, I know we just got Beast, but that is a separate thing, I guess, because it's more superhero-centric than it is Goku Family. But, yeah, I wonder if the next Dokkan Fest then will be a Goku Family, like, character. Because then, yeah, we could get the Bardock EZA, get the Tech LR, Goku and Gohan EZA. Just trying to beat it for the first time. Do you have Tech Wrathful Broly? The last year TDC Part 2, who's on the Cellmax banner? Because if you have him, he is basically made for Festival. He does make it a lot easier. Like, you can get through the whole thing a lot quicker if you have him. Yeah, 55%. Okay, so he's not as good at 55%, but that's for like the strategy of just trying to do every single phase in one turn, which you don't have to do to win. That's just like a speedrun strategy that people do. But yeah, you can do like double tech Broly. I'm trying to think what the rest of the team build is if you're not trying to do the speedrun. Because if you're doing the speedrun, people will put like characters who aren't even on the leader skill, like Bulma and stuff, who are just there to buff Broly, but you probably don't want to do that. The other strategy, of course, is just using Int, LR, Vegeta, and Trunks, because they have the thing where they stack everybody's defense. Oh, what's my coaster? I'm trying to think what the other like, because the 10-year fusions are good because they stack. The 7 years, like the gods and the Super Saiyan 4s, are good. In Vegeta and Goku Super Saiyan 4 from the anniversary, they stack. It's realistically like the basic advice is just you just use a whole team of people that stack defense. And then you just kind of alternate because you don't want the same ones always on rotation at the same time because everybody needs to stack. So you kind of have to juggle like who's on the rotation and who's actually getting their things. Only one tech Broly we care about. That's the GDC tech Broly. Yeah, we'll get his easy A and be super good. Movie bosses guy.
Let's do this.
But hey, at least when it comes to festival, that's where Tech Wrathful Broly is good because that is basically his main purpose of existing. So at least for that one event, he is good. We can't take that away from him at least. But yeah, he's not the best in other places, but Festival is at least like his place to shine because that is basically what he was designed to do. Just destroy the festival. But yeah, their easy A's are going to be crazy in Broly and Tech Broly when that finally comes around. That's going to be awesome. Oh, a level 7 dodge for Super STR. Apparently I've already got 3 of those. Currently doing Festival of AGL Blues. I can't remember the full, like, because Drace posted a thing ages ago for what, like, the full, speedrun strat for it is. Because, yeah, with double Rainbow Broly, apparently you can finish it in, like, under an hour. It's, like, the best time that somebody has done. Although, apparently on Android, the loading time is slightly longer, so it actually does take more time. Tech Raffle Broly, double Exploding Rage with Beast, Easy A Godku, Easy A Birdku, Blues, the red ones, and Super Saiyan Bardock, LR. Free to play. Yeah, he's good for it. Dokkan mod did it in 37 minutes. Is that now with the animation skip thing as well, though? I imagine. Yeah, I don't still have the team made that we made for it ages ago. Oh, and with cooler as well. Nice. Was it? I guess. What was the team then? Because it's. I mean, I guess I could just look. Okay, because the video is 44 minutes, but I'm guessing there's like loading time and stuff. Oh, and there's no cooler. This is his most recent video. There's Piccolo. So it's Wrathful Broly, Piccolo. Interesting. Is it because this guy just gives loads of support? Is that the... Yeah, because it's 3 turns support if he's in slot 3. And then obviously Glorio is the same. Double STR final form cooler gets it done in 40 minutes. Isn't it a thing though where like he has to not get hit because doesn't he just get absolutely destroyed? Let's use my own one. Why not? Because yeah, he is built for attack as well. But yeah, Tala, how's it going? How you doing today? Okay, so hey, Christopher, how's it going? At work on lunch break, stop by, show some love, have a good stream. Beans. Oh yeah, I do need to sort that out actually, yeah. We were talking about that on the late stream on Thursday, and then I haven't actually streamed or anything since then, so... So yeah, I need to sort that out on there. Well, this is just for like speed running it. You don't necessarily have to have them, but all right. Well, we'll give it a go.
All right, let's do this.
Well, we also need to not have double Tech Broly on the first turn. So super attack skip on, and then yeah, obviously we need to not have them on the thing. Because the whole point is that they dominate, like, both the rotations, so...
Alright, let's do this!
Okay. Alright! Let's see how we go. Yeah, I remember the thing is don't pick up same type orbs, because then you get the Dokkan attack, like, times out perfectly to being able to get it, like, near the end. For like the 3rd or 4th one or whatever it is to get it for like the Daima phase. Alright, so it begins. Obviously, things like in the early turns, Broly actually getting hit first so that he gets the ability to do the extra attack and stuff is obviously really helpful. And I was going to say, the more times throughout the run that Broly takes a super, the stronger Broly will get as well. And we don't really need to worry, even if these older characters like Int Broly and stuff, at least in the early things, you don't really need to worry about them hitting or not, like them hitting us. I think when we tested it out before, I think you can as well also, like, you can afford to accidentally pick up same type orbs maybe like once or twice and it doesn't ruin the whole thing. Maybe like once. But yeah, if you pick up same type orbs too much, then you're probably getting supered again. Good. But yeah, no attacks in slot 1 early on is also not good, because yeah, you want him to be getting as many attacks off and stuff as possible. You gotta be careful early on, like you can literally fail the attempt if you don't get, like if Tech Broly doesn't really do many supers, there is the possibility that the rest of the rotation just doesn't actually kill them. But now we finally got we got Piccolo for our slot 3 floating support. Of course, he's not on the leader skill, so at any point if he were to actually get hit, maybe not I guess in these earliest fights, but if any point he were to get hit, that would be very bad. Obviously the whole point of him being on the team is by beefing up the Brolys this much with all the support. Once they actually start going and we start doing stuff like this, like the units in slot 3 are never going to be getting attacked, so it doesn't matter. And obviously the more times we get attacks in slot 1, the better as well. Yeah, Kid Buu is the first major hurdle because he negates Broly's super attack. So Tech Broly, he's built up enough at that point to be doing ridiculous damage, but he needs to do additional normals, because they will then do lots of damage to Kid Buu. But if he just does all supers, Kid Buu negates them all. So like Stone Cold Fest could be a Kid Gohan. Yeah, there was that thing about the name change for Great Ape Kid Gohan, and he is a Goku family character. Hey, shout out to Blazer Dragon as well. On the Twitch side, yeah, Festival Run. It's very rare that I do them, but since I pulled so many Brolys on that Cell Max banner, I wanted to give the old speed run, like double Tech Broly speed run thing a go. Because we tried it way back, but mine was only 55%. And you basically can't do it with a 55% Broly. But now that mine is Rainbow, because I pulled so many copies from that Cell Max banner, I thought we might as well give it a go. See how we get on. But yeah, I think with the Tech Bardock and the Tech Goku and Gohan Cell games, like LR, being like 2 of the only remaining EZAs that we need from 2022, I think it's very likely that the next Dokkan Fest is a Goku family character. Guess the next Dokkan Fest is either a movie heroes Gohan, like Gohan from the Tellers movie, or an Android 13, more designed for Cell Max. Yeah, if it was literally Great Ape Gohan from like the Tellers movie, and then the 3 of Might Goku, well, I guess they wouldn't do that many in a filler Dokkan Fest. Because I was going to say the trio might Goku could easy A as well, but probably not. So yeah, look at Broly go. See, there's that little bit of loading time gap as well, which apparently, like, I think iOS is quicker than Android, so this run... Oh, almost picked up same type of Broly there. I said it the other day, though, when we were doing the missions, and I ended up using the Raffle Broly. Was it Uncontrollable Power Run? And I was using Tech Broly, AGL Broly. I can't wait for that AGL. AGL Broly's Easy A when the anniversary comes around. He's going to be a beast. I kept screwing up my runs to Glorio and Mini Goku. Yeah, dude, they are so annoying. That fight is like the bane. So many, I would imagine so many people's festival runs just end at the Daima phase. It's so annoying. But yeah, I could see it being Kid Gohan because of that recent update and everything. The fact that they, I mean, sometimes Dokkan does do stuff like that for no reason. Like something will happen and we'll see something in the files and it's like, well, they must be doing this because like they're going, like something is going to happen soon, and then it just doesn't. So that does happen sometimes, but yeah. Hopefully it'll be because something interesting is going to be happening. Because, yeah, I could definitely see that being the reason why they updated the thing. But it also could be no reason, because that has happened before. Because isn't the big one, it's still like the Goku and Piccolo had their, like, something of their thing updated in the files. So we all assumed they were going to Easy A, like, really soon after that happened. And then here we are, and they still haven't Easy A'd. So... yeah, the Diamond phase is easily the worst part. Once you get to Gogeta, you're good to pop your big abilities. Yeah. Once you get to the last two phases, that's when you start going ham with all your active skills and stuff. Yeah, I'm using my own copy of Broly as the friend as well, so we're full on my Broly shenanigans. My Broly is the leader and the friend. Take that, Gogeta. Broly getting that sweet revenge on Gogeta, even though it's a different Gogeta and not Blue Gogeta. But... you have to remind me in the chat at some point, Grace. I can't remember what the whole thing is for like when you're supposed to use the active skill and the items and all that kind of stuff. Some units I just don't get enough stacks before then. Yeah, that's the big problem, is if you, because everyone thinks like, oh yeah, I'll just load up my team with like 50 units that stack. Well, obviously not 50, but I'll load up my team with all units that just stack. But if everybody stacks, then it means you have to make sure you're constantly balancing and like switching around the rotations and stuff and making sure that everyone gets a chance to stack. Because otherwise you get to the end and you've got characters on your team that have barely stacked at all. Again, the first attack against physical full power Broly on turn 14. Don't know if that's I think that's on track. Obviously, as we're going for speed, we don't do this.
Let's go.
Have a full English breakfast and a cappuccino. Nice. Yeah, it's interesting the fact that, like, I guess it's one of the main reasons why a lot of people wanted it, but the fact that the super attack skip thing just makes this so much quicker. And obviously Broly, as he gets built up more and more, like you see there, like even with an additional normal, he just kills the enemy. Yeah, we will eventually be using like the various different Broly active skills and domains and stuff, but yeah, that was it. Super attack scripts back in November of 2024 for that in Goku and Piccolo, and they still haven't easy age. Because there was a few times where we saw that happen and then the unit did easy A, like, right afterwards. So obviously then when it happened for them, everyone was like, oh, well, this means they're going to easy A soon. And then they just didn't. So still waiting on that. And literally every time there's anything that's like a movie or even relevant, I guess, comes out, then it's like, oh, are they going to easy A this celebration finally? And they still haven't. So who knows when that's going to be. Yeah, physical 16 and 18 as well, which is annoying because that would have been really good for 16's team because it's another unit whose name includes Android 18 for his unit super attack. So, but yeah, we still don't have that either. Good times. Yeah, so far so good in terms of, I'm not sure when the first time we have to like use an item or do anything in terms of like active skills and stuff isn't until way later. So because we're already at the point now where you have 2 turns to kill, but we don't need 2 turns, right? Because that's when Festival, like, you kind of, the pressure comes off a little bit when you get to this point. Because even when you're running, like, the full team of stackers and you're trying to make sure everyone is stacking or, like, getting their chances to stack, you can still, there is still the possibilities that, like, you mess up the early turns because not enough, like, you're trying to make sure people are getting stacks, but then, like, people don't do enough additionals or something and you end up not killing like the early phase bosses when you only have 1 turn. Once you get to the fights where you actually have 2 turns, then the pressure kind of comes off a little bit because you're not, then that's when you can focus on stacks, and if like an enemy survives the first turn it doesn't matter because at that point they should pretty much then be in a position where they aren't going to survive the next turn. And it gives you a chance to, like, you can kind of go a bit slower on purpose and make sure that certain characters are getting stacks. But of course, that is the reason why, like, OG Festival, like, the runs would take like 3 hours, because you really did have to, like, make sure you were balancing all of that stuff and making sure everybody was getting their things. What is Broly up to now? So we're on turn 21, and Broly's at 8.7 million defense. That's a decent bit of defense. Wish your boss abilities would be one pop up. Yeah, dude. Because any of the events where you do have to fight multiple enemies, like some of the Metal Cooler, like that Metal Cooler event that we were doing and stuff, where it's just like you're fighting 5 enemies and they all have like 3 or 4 abilities. So you have to just sit and watch all of these abilities like pop up at the beginning of the round before you can even do anything. FOB now, that's crazy. I thought we all hated this mode. I mean, we do, but because I pulled so many Tech Broly's off of the Cell Max banner, I wanted to try and do the speed run thing with double Tech Broly, because I tried it before on a stream ages ago, but because my Tech Broly was only 55%, I couldn't do it. So considering people have done this run in like under an hour now, especially with the super attack skip being a thing, like this can easily be an under an hour run now, which means that was one of the things when people would say like, oh, Ningen, try a festival run on stream. It's like, well, the thing always used to be like, well, I can't because I don't have time. Like, the festival run literally takes longer than like how long my streams are. So, but now we don't have that issue because we can do the whole thing a lot quicker. I still don't like festival, but it's a I thought it'd be fun to give it a go and see if we could do it. I mean, we're already on turn 24, so we're already almost halfway, because we've one turned every phase, so we're already like almost halfway through. Because we've got 2 units floating in slot 3 that give support for multiple turns. Yeah, my Broly is now Rainbow. I went into the Cell Max banner with a 55% Tech Broly and pulled 4 copies of him. I probably pulled like 4 or 5 copies of Birdcoo. Who obviously, of course, because he came out so long ago and I've been playing for so long, was already Rainbow for me. So that was fun. It was the other carnival. I only pulled 1 Metal Cooler, and that was right at the end. So yeah, in total, I probably pulled what? So I pulled 4 Brolys, at least 4 or 5 Birdcoos, a Metal Cooler, and I pulled 1 Cell Max. So I pulled like 11 of the featured Carnival LRs, and only 1 of them was Cell Max. Good times. Yeah, the super attack skip thing is definitely funny for this. Like, it just cuts out so much time. But yeah, it is a shame that they didn't do it for like all of the characters straight away, because some of the biggest offenders that are very annoying for this is the like 7 years, and I believe it's like neither of them have theirs. I understand Tech LR Wrathful Broly is useful, but depending on the units involved for specific missions, I'm probably not prioritizing the right units on rotation. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, so you just kind of have to, as I say, in the first few phases where you have to kill in one turn, you kind of have to try and do as much damage as you can without worrying too much about who's getting stacks. And then once you get to the 2-turn thing, like you kind of have to take like your characters who've already stacked up the most defense and then like start floating them so that the other characters who haven't yet got loads of stacks can get a bunch of stacks. It involves a lot of like managing your units, which I know is one of the reasons why a lot of people don't like it, because not only is it very long, but you kind of do have to pay attention to what you're doing. Because the run is so long, you don't want to make a mistake early on. Because I've had that happen in runs where we get to, I think it was when I was doing one of the missions, I can't remember which one. It might have been the extreme one, because that one was a bit annoying, especially if you didn't have Broly. But you get like near to the end, and then you start looking at all your units, and it's like, oh wow, like this guy and this guy are absolutely nowhere near like stacked up high enough to be this late in the event. But by that point, it's too late. Like, so yeah, it can be very annoying, but so yeah, I very much understand why a lot of people do not like this mode. I mean, I don't particularly like it. We've talked about all the reasons over the years since it released anyway. Crazy to think it did come out over a year ago, because it was part of the 10th anniversary. So it's like a year and a half old. This is what, turn 28? But yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, I've said all these things before, but since this is the first like festival video I've done in a while, anyone new to the channel who isn't familiar with my festival views, it's just one of those things that it's so out of the ordinary, or out of the, I don't even know the right word, comfort zone, whatever, for like what a mobile game should be. Because if you think about other events in Dokkan, and you know, even though we have had longer events in the past, and some are like the anniversary fights, because bosses became big HP sponges because Vegito was so powerful. But like, it's a mobile game that a lot of people only play for like 10, 20, 30 minutes a day. So that's why this and the World Tournament also comes under the same thing. That's why them suddenly having a game mode that's like, oh yeah, to beat this event, you have to play it for like 3 hours. Now, obviously, you can quit in the middle and then, like, as in quit out of the game, come back and continue from where you were, but you still have to finish your festival run before you can do anything else. And for people who do only play it for like 20 minutes a day or something, that means if you quit out and then you come back to it the next day, if you don't finish the run that day, because of the weird way the game works, you then haven't logged in for that day. So if you then still don't finish it and you come back to it on day 3, technically that means you missed logging in on day 2, so you lose your consecutive login bonus and everything. It's just, yeah, it's an event that's very weird for a game that, for a lot of people, they only play it for a short amount of time. Obviously some people do play it a lot more, and there's a lot of players, especially in the more dedicated, I don't want to say dedicated, I don't want to make that sound like people who don't sit around and play games on their phone for hours aren't dedicated, but you know what I mean, the people that have the more time, and the people that are super into it and watch loads of people on YouTube and all that kind of stuff, and like, yeah, they will sit and play for however long it takes to beat the event. Like, there's a lot of people that will say, oh no, it's fine, I'll just sit and do it. But yeah, as it is a mobile game, there are a lot of people that don't play for as long as some of us will. And yeah, this mode is just a very weird mode for people like that, who are, yeah, not gonna be able to do it in like one sitting, or even 2 potentially, depending on how long it takes. Yeah, next Dokkan attack should be turn 31, and that is now. So And yes, you're right. There we go. So I can pick up a physical orb for Glorio.
Time to get serious.
So again, we don't do the Dokkan attack because we're going for speed. I mean, this is the other thing that I say, like, during the World Tournament grinds and stuff as well. Like, obviously, because I'm streaming and talking to you guys and all that kind of thing, I'll probably be a little bit slower than if I was literally just sat on my own going, like, full pelt, like, full speed. But this will still absolutely be by far my quickest run, considering I haven't done a proper, like, speed run strategy thing before. So as I say, when we tried out the Tech Raffle Broly one a few months back, mine was only 55%. It is crazy how long it took him to come back on a banner. Because obviously he was the TDC LR Part 2 for last year. The only reason it isn't a full year since he came out was because obviously TDC was later in the year than it was this time. Technically, in terms of celebrations, he was TDC 2024 and he didn't 2025, and he didn't come back on a banner until TDC 2026, which is nuts. But to be fair, that's always been the problem with solo release Carnival LRs, because solo release Carnival LRs basically only come back on other solo Carnival LR banners. So characters like Birdcoo and Metal Cooler, they don't come back usually on these solo banners. Obviously they have here because they easy aid. But the solo characters, because Cooler and Birdcoo are a dual Carnival from the Worldwide a few years back, the solo Carnival characters don't come back when we get like big celebrations like the Anniversary and the GDC. The Anniversary and the GDC banners, because they introduce new Carnival LRs, they will have their banners will be the other characters who are dual Carnival LRs. So it ends up like, that's what they need to do more of. They need to have the solo Carnival characters come back more often on those banners. Like, for example, if the GDC has like Future Gohan and then like Kale and Caulifla, because when did Kale and Caulifla last come back on a banner? Like, I don't have them. I think they might be the only Carnival LR, but like they're a Carnival LR that I don't have, because like when were they even last on a banner, physical Kale and Caulifla? Because they were Golden Week 2025, and then we technically didn't get a Golden Week this year, and because we got an LR Vegeta who was a Dokkan Fest LR, obviously his banner didn't have any Carnival LRs on it. So yeah, like when was the last time Kale and Caulifla were even on a banner? Because yeah, I don't have them, so, and how am I supposed to get them if they're never going to be on a banner again? If they drop such hard events that Tech Metal Cooler gets melted this September, I mean, that would be insane. But I mean, this is the thing we talked about with how crazy Metal Cooler is even if he himself starts to get, because I don't think power creep would jump up so much that he just instantly becomes useless, but even if Tech Metal Cooler starts to get power crept, like all the teams that he's on, even his own team, like you would just use him as a slot 3 floater and be using the other more powerful teams as more powerful characters as the main rotation characters, and his support would make him still useful enough to be on the team, just floating, giving support, which is insane and shows like just how ridiculously good he is. Because the fact that he's got so much dodge, like, because his super attacks give the support as well. So even if you just end up putting him in slot 3, if there's only one attack in slot 3, in fact, thinking about it, yeah, Tech Metal Cooler is going to be so ridiculous to age out, right? Because if you put him in slot 3 and there's only one attack, if you give him an int orb, he survives KO attacks. So he literally can't die. And then on the next turn, obviously you'd only be on 1 HP. But depending on who you've got on the rotation, whether you've got any characters that heal, or from just picking up like the same type orbs, you then just heal up on the next turn, and so you don't die. I actually can't remember because I don't have him. Does Tech Metal Crawler have any like heal you at the end of the turn kind of things? Because if he has that as well, then not only does he survive the KO attack, but he also heals you at the end of the turn. So I can't remember if he does because, yeah, unfortunately, as we have mentioned a few times recently with all these units that come out that keep buffing his team, I don't have him. So, LR Kell and Khalifa's first and only return was Tech LR Broly's banner. Exactly. So, like, some of these solo Carnival LRs, like, how are you supposed to have them if you didn't get them when they first came out? It's crazy. So, yeah, they need to start bringing back the solo Carnival LRs way more often than they do. Because, like, that Summon Points banner is pretty garbage, like the Carnival version. I know it gets updated. Yeah, I think it is tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? It gets updated. It's either tomorrow or the day after. I think is it the 20th or the 21st? I know. Let me find that tweet that Truth made, because Truth tweeted about it when we were trying to all guess when the Part 2 banner was actually coming out. I know Truth mentioned it in a tweet, so let me double check and then I can tell you exactly. Because it was before Cell Max, so it's got to be before then. Okay, this is still when all the details were posted, so it'll be before that. Give me a sec, I will find it. Also, because Broly is so built up, we don't have to worry about... Because we don't want to pick up same type orbs, so that we get the Dokkan attack exactly when we want it. But because Broly is so built up, Broly doesn't need Ki. Okay, yeah, so Truth Thing says the Summon Point lineup is being updated on the 21st. So it's the 19th today, Sunday. So yeah, Tuesday, the Summon Point thing should be updated. I think I have enough Summon Points. But yeah, the Step Up banner doesn't count because I know Tech Wrathful Broly was on the Step Up banner for the end of last year. But I don't count that as them, like, coming back. Because not only are they on... Well, I guess technically you can pull them on any step, but they're only on certain steps as one of the featured, but they're not available with coins. So you can't just get them if you don't have them, which is annoying. They need to be back on a, like, properly on a banner. And then maybe I will consider actually getting them with coins. Broly domains on turns 43 and 48. Tail item on turn 47. Bulma on turn 41. Okay, so we're not at any of the turns where we need to start using our items or anything yet. Oh, really? Summon Points update was changed to the 29th. Was that in the news, or have I just missed it? Yeah, was that in the news somewhere? Yeah, the only important comeback are the heroes because they will get their easy A's. True. Take it easy, Blazer Dragon. I appreciate you. Yeah, that is true. The most important units that can possibly ever return is the heroes' characters. Yeah, so the date's changed. Like, I'll have a quick look in game after this, obviously, but... Because, yeah, I didn't even realise that the date had changed. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Goku and LR Bulma will be my favourite thing to do. Wait, what? Right, so turn 41. So this is where, because we're in the last like 9 turns. So because of how long the items last for. So turn 41, you use the Bulma item because it is extra attack for 5 turns. So now that lasts us for the last 10 turns, the 2 items. And then we use our first Broly active skill, so it's going to be the int one on turn 43. Next EZA lineup would have been the most important one. Yeah, considering we got Super Saiyan 4s for the anniversary, and then, yeah, the next, like, Heroes EZAs would have been the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s, and then Super Saiyan 4 Gohan and Super Saiyan 4 Bardock. Like, yeah, it was the perfect, this would have been the perfect year for those Heroes characters to get their EZAs. Because I can't remember what because the Int Super Saiyan 4 as part of their leader skill is Power Beyond Super Saiyan, isn't it? So all of the Heroes Super Saiyan 4s would be on their team. So it would have been absolutely perfect for them to EZA now. Well, not now, but this year. But they didn't. And again, I know we've talked about it in the past, like I know we don't get new Heroes stuff anymore because of like the licensing thing and the fact that Heroes is technically, you know, over. But I still don't really understand how it works. It's the same thing with like the free-to-play LR, Arale, and Goku. And that's the reason why a lot of people think that they haven't EZA'd and like won't EZA. But I don't understand how it works with like that kind of licensing stuff because the unit is already in the game. Wow, that's not supposed to happen. Well, how did that happen? There was me looking at the chat and going off on one about Heroes. I'm not even actually sure what happened there. Yeah, so that's the thing. The strategy is timed to do certain things on certain turns. So now we have to change the strategy slightly because, yeah, we're now out of sync with what we were trying to do, which is annoying. At least if we were going to somehow mess it up and die. Tech Broly was a normal merchant, I see. Because, yeah, if we were going to mess it up and die, at least it happened on the turn with the Int Broly, so we got the revival. Because if that had been the turn with Tech Broly and AGL Broly, that'd be it. We'd have just lost. Alright, well, I have to see how we can recover from here then. Because that's certainly not what I expected. Okay. And as long as we don't get same type orbs, hopefully we should still get the Dokkan attack during the Daima phase. Otherwise it's going to be kind of awkward. Because we've one-turned every phase up until now. Made up for it immediately. I mean, he needs to have, because, yeah, that's ridiculous. We expect more from you, Broly. The skip is funny though. It's like cut in Broly's face and then boom, Goku hitting the floor. Okay. Because, yeah, so the next domain should have been turn 48, which, yeah, it still is going to be. That part's fine, I think. It just means we don't have a domain up now. But hopefully it will still be okay. I don't know. That's the thing, is it might not be the exact speedrun strategy that we're now doing, because we kind of have to change things up because of that minor mishap. However, it's not like we still aren't going to beat the run, I don't think. But we're just probably not going to do, like, the best possible time that we could have done. But that's fine. As I said before, it will still massively beat whatever my best time on this was, because we've never been able to do the speedrun strategy, like, properly. So, regardless of what happens here, we should hopefully still be good. So do that, grab those for you. Yeah, even his additional normals do a ridiculous amount of damage. He's at 110 million for his additional 12 key supers. Diamond Phase might be the run ender. Could be. Oh. Yeah, this is turn 46. I was meant to use a Bulma item on this turn. Oh. It's too much to keep track of. Yeah, I think we probably have messed this up now, because we're not going to win. Well, hopefully Glorio will just dodge. So we won't die this turn, but obviously it means we're now doing even less damage than we were going to be doing before. Oh, Glorio just didn't dodge. Nice. Well, that was 46, and that was 44 minutes. So
All right, let's do this.
of course we got double Broly turn 1. Yeah, I'm assuming the Bulma item would have made it so that we did do enough damage there, but I'm not even 100% sure.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, well, we'll get time to have one more go. So There's no attacks in slot 1, so that's not a great start. Although we have the AGL units on the rotation, so hopefully it should be fine. Because yeah, you really want Broly to be getting hit in slot 1 at the beginning as many times as possible, so you can get off as many extra attacks as possible. Otherwise he barely does any attacks. Fortunately, because the enemies in this part don't have like the craziest HP, even slightly older units like our AGL Broly here is able to finish him off. Are you serious? He's not attacking in slot 1 again. This guy. Yeah, it's the early turns where you really like kind of have to worry because you do need to get properly set up. Trying to do the run 2 and the game gave me double Tech Broly 3 times in a row. Oof. That's the thing I hate, the moment I'm sat like trying to record certain like videos, like challenge runs or showcases and stuff, and I just keep getting the worst like starting rotations. And we're not going to win, so we're literally just going to lose on turn 2. And that's the difference for like there not being any attacks in slot 1 means we lost. That's so stupid. And as we said at like the very beginning, like you wonder why people don't like this game mode.
All right, let's do this.
No Broly on turn 1. Let's go.
All right, let's do this.
Oh no, it's double Broly Tech 1 again, turn 1 again. Let's go. If you think this game mode sucks, wait till we get Extreme Festival of Battles. Yeah, could you imagine?
All right, let's do this.
Oh my god. How many runs in a row is this now?
All right, let's do this.
Okay. And the other I guess it doesn't matter too much. And it's awkward because we've got both the slot 3 floaters in like the second turn. So it's not the best starting rotation because we have the 2 other Brolys, but I guess they don't matter as much in the early turns as long as the Tech Broly is getting off his attacks. And he is being attacked in slot 1, so that's fine. Because then he can do that. You can grab those. You can grab those. So the second turn is kind of awkward because we've got both the supports, but as long as there's an attack in slot 1, the next turn should be okay. Because Broly, as long as he is getting hit first, Broly should be able to do enough to just be fine. But it depends. Okay, there is an attack in slot 1. And they're only going to have... Okay, they have prodigies. And they have shocking speed, but I think that gives Broly more attack. So if we do that... And then we have the Glorio support, slot 3. Because he's being attacked first, I think we should be fine. Or not. Bro, how did we start off like so... doing so well on that first attempt, and then... Yeah, we tried to get the LR Marshal Vegeta on the first turn against the Bardock squad without him being sealed. And yeah, it took me like 50 million attempts because obviously he's the one that does the AoE, and just every single turn he was sealed. Every single time we tried. So we couldn't even try to see whether his AoE would nuke them all to instantly winning on turn 1. Because it just kept being sealed every single time.
Alright, let's do this.
Okay, well, the first turn's not ideal, but... Okay. Okay, there is an attack in slot 1. So that's good. We've got Glorio slot 3 for the support. Not that we should need it because there is an attack in slot 1. So it should be okay. Or he'll just get a bunch of normal attacks. So hopefully Vegeta can still kill him, because Broly's like, nah, I just normal attack. Oh my goodness me. He didn't kill him either. Yeah, Glorio's not going to kill him. How? How is this all going so badly now when the first attempt was like... We basically got almost all the way to the end in like one try. And now it's just like not working at all. So do we agree that both Birdcoo and the Cooler Movie Boys are lackluster Easy A's? Yeah, I would say so. I think STR Cooler is better than both of them. Which might be a controversial opinion, I'm not sure. But... Okay, we probably have time to do like one more potential attempt as long as we actually get it started like straight away. But yeah, ridiculous. Okay, we actually have good starting rotations this time. Okay, so as long as we've got like our actual attacks in slot 1 and everything, this should be a good start. It just depends how the game wants to be. So yeah, of course there's no attacks in slot 1. But we do have the AGL Broly here, so even though obviously he's not as crazy a unit as he once was, at least in the early stages of Festival, he's not going to have to worry about not, you know, doing damage here or anything. But as long as Tech Broly can get like a decent few attacks off. Yeah. Because yeah, this is the problem. You not only need to have like a decent like rotations in terms of your units, but yeah, you kind of do need like him to be attacking you in these early turns to make sure Broly gets that initial build up. But yeah, fortunately AGL Broly being on rotation helps for like the backup. And now here we do have an attack in slot 1. We have Int Broly and the Vegeta, who, yeah, at least in these early stages, like they should have no problem taking him out here, I say. They shouldn't, but we'll see what happens. I think the super attack skip thing is funny. The Tech Broly. It's just like cut in of his face and then the enemy smashing into the ground. Though that's close. We got right. Are you serious? He did 2. Oh my god. Bro. What is happening? Everybody on the turn got all their attacks off and he still didn't die. Vegeta at the end did 2 additional normals and literally needed to do 1 super to kill him. Like, what is happening? Why is this so cursed? Why was the first one so easy? Alright, well there you go. Like I said, like now because the run takes about 45 minutes or whatever, that means I now don't have time to try and do it again. Actually crazy. Make sure you guys remember to refresh your petan. I didn't go for the full like easiest fights for the thing, so the main fight's going to take a bit longer. I'm starting to run out of like good stickers though, that's the problem. Now that we've gone through all the manga ones. Well, I've got 32 of a bunch of those different silver ones though, so quite a lot of the colours I have some really good silver ones, but it makes the tough fight, the one in the middle, like a lot harder because even just putting in loads of silver ones doesn't make the bar go down like all the way. And like I don't have as many. There was a set, it was this previous set and the one before this one where like basically every single boss was tech. So it just rinsed me of all of my int manga things, and then I had to start using all the normal int ones. And so now the int ones are like the ones I have the least of, because the last set had so many tech bosses. Yeah, you got that first run luck, and then the game said, nah, no more. Like, I couldn't believe that. That went so well, and I thought that we were just going to win. And then, yeah. It just all fell apart at the end. And then every single attempt after that, yeah, the game was like, nah. You don't get to have starting rotation, or it was just terrible. I have a theory about the units this year. Go for it, Talar. Oh, literally, that was the last attempt as well. I'd run out of green film reels to do the movie bosses support memory.
Let's do this.
That's crazy. Yeah, because the characters' percentage things have gotten so high that there's been a noticeable change in how much better characters are with dupes now. Because obviously characters have always been better with dupes. That's just always been a thing. But like the difference is a lot more noticeable, I think, now than it has been in the past. But that's, yeah, because characters are getting such high percentage boosts. Yeah, Joel, how's it going? No, Beast is not a slot 1. He is not good in slot 1 at all. Only his active skill turn he can go in slot 1. I'd rather a new unit be viable or strong now at 55%, and then 8 months from now when I get a dupe or two. That, I mean, a gacha game is just never going to do that. Have a unit still be like top tier like 8 months later, because people would have to summon a lot less. So unfortunately, whilst that would obviously be good for us as the players, yeah, they're not going to do that. Unfortunately.
All right, let's do this.
They've done that all this year. That's really unit that can literally do everything. Yeah. That's why Metal Cooler is so crazy, because he will still be ridiculously good in however long from now, because, as I said earlier in the stream, like even if he gets to the point where bosses are one-shotting him with normals, you just put him in slot 3 and pick up int orbs, and then he's, oh, as long as there's only one attack as well, I guess. There are a few caveats, but like, yeah. You put him in slot 3, get an int orb, he literally can't die. And you heal on the next turn. So yeah, Cooler is gonna, Metal Cooler is gonna be relevant for a long time. You just say there's no good slot 1 units on the Movie Heroes team. Tech Birdcoo, Orange Piccolo, Super Saiyan Duo. It's a shame STR Beast is obviously not only outdated but has the same name. That's why I was really hoping it would be like a reversible exchange, Orange Piccolo and Beast or something, because obviously the STR Beast is going to get his EZA in like a few months' time. But you're not going to be able to run him with the new one because they have the same name. Two big giant spiders. Oh yeah, in honor of Tala, that reminds me, the giant spider thing. In honor of Tala, there's an interesting would you rather that we heard on we were listening to the Ramesh Ranganathan podcast the other day. And some guy phoned in to ask, or say phoned in, left a message in to ask him his opinion on this would you rather that him and his friend always argue about, which is, would you rather fight a spider the size of a fairly big dog, like an Alsatian, or 1,000 seagulls, and it's just you can't use weapons, and you're fighting 1,000 seagulls or a spider the size of a rather large dog? Discuss. Daima STR Goku's a good slot 1 character, but he's not a movie hero. Yeah, I don't know if this is the best link level one. I think it's apparently it has the same link level rate as one of the other ones.
All right, let's do this.
Now, see, that's interesting that you guys say that, because I instantly was like Spider easily. Okay, fair enough. Okay, Prof, that makes sense. I guess if Tala says the same thing as well, then I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I guess it's different. Like, if you actually have a fear of spiders, then that makes that rather difficult. A spider the size of a dog would be so fast. I mean, I'm not sure if I guess that's one thing I didn't really think about when taking, like, it's only if it's the size of it. I don't know if that necessarily means everything else is proportional to the size. Because that would be funny, because like an ant the size of a small dog would be able to pick up like a car. Would be funny. Yeah, that's the other problem. That's the main thing, like JP Killer. That's the thing that the way I look at it is, because the birds, like, they fly around you, they'll be like dive bombing you, like scratching and pecking at your face. And like once you manage to get rid of one, you've still got 999 more to deal with. Whereas at least with the giant dog spider, there's only one. But yeah, that's the thing. That was what was funny about it. The guy called in to get his opinion, because yeah, him and his friend have been arguing about it for years, and apparently, like, whenever they get like new friends or like new people into their friendship group, that's one of their first like things, as they then ask them where they sit on the giant dog spider versus thousand birds argument, which I do think is very funny. So very random, but very funny. Well, there you go. I thought I'd give you guys that. I haven't given you guys a would you rather for a while. It's usually always Tala, so in honor of Tala,
All right,
I'll throw that one in there for you. I'll throw it out there for you, I guess I should say. Pretty much one shot the birds. I mean, that's the thing is though, what if loads of them are coming at you from every angle all at the same time? At least the spider is coming right at you from the front. I don't know, I just feel like spider is easier, but I mean, I guess that's the thing, that's the point of these, isn't it? If they were all very easy and every single person just said, oh yeah, this one, obviously, then it's probably not a good would you rather, I guess. Are the seagulls the ones from Finding Nemo? That's true, there's a jumping spider though, yeah, that's true. Seagulls are easily manipulated, they just want food. I don't know if they would. I don't know if they would do that though. Would they?
Let's do this.
You get webbed, that's also true. Giant spider could have giant webs. That is a factor that is worth considering. In this very, very important philosophical discussion. But yeah, that is true. Spider could web you. And it'd just be GG. A real life Aragog. That's the Harry Potter spider, isn't it? Is it the Harry Potter one or is it a Lord of the Rings one? I can't remember now. But remember, I guess there are like, if you've seen like films, like it's not a giant spider. It's, I mean, that is giant for a spider, but the size of a dog. It's not like the size of a car. Harry Potter, yeah. I thought it was at first. A little blue would know. Hopefully is at least somewhat impressed that I remembered that it is the Harry Potter one. Spice at the size of the dog is nightmare fuel. I don't know, I feel like trying to fight 1,000 angry birds is also... Like, you gotta think about how often, realistically, like, when you think about numbers, especially big numbers, like, realistically, how many times do you see 1,000 of something all in one place? Like, imagine 1,000 birds that are all trying to get you. Like, is that really easier than one big spider? Like, don't know. Hey, Proton, how's it going? Well, it's like a sort of large-ish dog, like a, you know, like an Alsatian or a Labrador, like kind of thing. I'm still unlucky with Google Play points. Oh yeah, me too. Me too. Shout out to Bringer for the $1 super chat. I appreciate you. But yeah, Proton, yeah, all the birds on the hill looking at you like the Metal Cooler intro. Exactly. It's like the Metal Cooler army. But I mean, I guess the whole point of the scenario is it's a death match. Like it's a 1v1 or 1v1000 in an arena with no, like, there's no things you can use around to your advantage, and you can't use weapons. It's just you versus whichever enemy you've chosen in unarmed, bare knuckle combat. I swear my thing just went. Who got a level 10 link? Oh, it must have been you. I was going to say, I swear I saw my it say my power level had gone up by 1,000. Trying to figure out who actually got a link go up. It's a 10,000 hornet meme. Come outside. Yeah, that's a funny. I'd rather get a devastating truth or a harmless lie. Yeah, that's. Oof. I don't know how I would fight birds. Well, yeah, that's the thing as well. If they're all flying around you and all like coming in, like all you could really do is be like flailing around trying to like it'd be very, very difficult to get to fight 1,000 angry birds. I finished all my Battlefield missions, didn't I? Resets in 12 days. I did finally beat level 3. 3 times. What is this? This mission will become available soon. Oh yeah, I did my other tickets and got nothing. So you need 6 more tickets to do the last summon on the ticket banner. You get 2 from this, and then you get 4 from beating the whole thing. So you get the last 6 from doing that. But yeah, I don't know what I don't know what that last mission thing is going to be. Oh, Frontier. Oh yeah, there's new Frontier stages, isn't there? Do we know when those are going to be? Is that a thing that's in the files, or we just know that it's happening? Thanks for the would you rather that one's class. Yeah, there you go. I thought I'd give you one for a change since I heard that good one the other day. And I don't usually come up with them. I usually you guys usually give them, especially usually Tala, and then we discuss. But yeah, I thought that was funny, the fact that we talk about we do those kind of silly things on the stream, and then yeah, this thing we were listening to the other day had a very silly would you rather. Not in the files, we just know it's happening soon, right? Okay. So we don't know when it's happening. Just that it is. So it's just new state. Oh yeah, because of course we were talking about this the other day. Is the fact that it's the versus the Red Ribbon Army thing, but it only goes up to Cell Max, whereas obviously it should go up to it only goes up to 13, but it should obviously go up to Cell Max when it's all said and done. I wish there was like a search option in this, so you could just search for like specific ones. Because I always forget like how far down. Wait, I think I've already gone too far. That's the thing. I always forget where the one that I'm looking for is. Because I finally finished this one. I finished this one. Oh, it was this one. Okay, I'm nowhere near as far through as this as I thought I was.
All right, let's do this.
My festival run got ruined. The Broly that I had on odd turns didn't get supered and did a bunch of normals. Didn't kill Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Yeah, that is pretty much what happened to me. Didn't kill Super Saiyan 4 Goku and then he killed me. But I had the revival because I had the Int Broly on that turn. But then yeah, we didn't manage to recover after that, annoyingly. So it was unfortunate. Would you rather a new festival with 1,000 stages? Dokkan drops their stone budget for celebrations by 80%. I mean, good lord, those are both horrible. I mean, to be fair, like, I would rather they just drop an event that I don't care about ever playing than ruining the game forever, which is what that other one would be. Because yeah, I would just not play that event. Whereas if they lowered the stone budget like that drastically and just ruined the game forever, that would obviously be terrible. But yeah, if the other option is just they release an event that I just don't ever bother to play, doesn't really affect me all that much. It's still annoying because I don't want the game to do stuff like that and release like terrible events, but I'd rather they do that than ruin the game completely, I suppose. Because that absolutely would ruin the game completely. Yeah, is there a third option? Because yeah, those are both bad, but yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward that one of them is a terrible event that you could just choose not to play, and then the other option is they ruin the game. People would still play. Well, some people would, but yeah, a lot of people would stop playing it. Because yeah, it would become very, very difficult to be free to play if they did that. So I think a lot of people would stop. I guess it also depends if they did any other stuff. Like if they did that, but they also made like free to play units slightly better, then it wouldn't be as bad. But then I suppose they would have no prerogative to make free-to-play units good, because I guess the whole point, if they've lowered the stone budget for each celebration, is because they want you to buy more stones. So they're not going to make free-to-play characters really good, so you don't have to buy stones. Yo. Cuckoo, how's it going? Yeah, this is the Extreme Z. It's just one of the Dragon Ball Fusions one. It's one of the few that I haven't gotten to. Well, I say few. There's quite a few actually, but it's my next one on my list of like ones that I'm just going through and getting to 999. Just because it's one of those things when you've got no stamina, so you've got like nothing to do in game unless you refresh your stamina. You got to do something. And easy A's don't cost any stamina, so nice and easy to just get characters were always on the level of summonable units, but would only be support units. Dude, that would be so good. Yeah, that would just genuinely be great, because you can have really great units on your team, but you do still want to have good support units. So if free-to-play characters started coming out that were all just good, like free support units, that would be awesome. I don't want to play with Coola's team anymore, it's too good. The Coola's team is so good. But so that's the thing, having a really, really good team like that also sort of highlights one of the issues, I think, with the game at the moment that we've been talking about for a while with the game, where, like, I don't think a lot of the events that are currently out are that great. Like, there aren't a lot of events that I'm like, oh yeah, I really want to jump in. Like, this is the perfect event to try out new teams and stuff. Like, what's a go-to event for you guys to, like, try out teams? Because, yeah, I just feel like when I was doing those 200% videos, because obviously the 200% teams are not as strong, like, I really struggled to pick, like, well, what event can I even do that won't just be, like, instantly impossible and I just die? Right.
Alright, let's do this.
But that's the thing, we also want fights to be hard, like, we want fights to be hard, but not, like, stupidly hard as well. You build a team with Diamond Super Saiyan 4, probably progress faster. Yeah, I guess so, because obviously the team is... The weakness for this EZA is fused fighters, but Goku hits so hard and just has a bunch of fused fighters on his team that it probably would still be quite easy, I imagine. Usually the latest story mode stage. Actually, yeah, because you still got have you still got events to do that can give you stones that you haven't done? Because it's fusion, but you could probably just put on like. Could put on Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku and these guys. And then just have you, the Super Saiyan 4s. Because what is his other thing? Daima, Battle of Fate, and Goku Family. These guys are on Battle of Fate, right? Because they fuse into Gogeta. Yeah. And to be fair, I could just throw Glorio on there for the support, although I'd have to be... The only thing is like having to be careful about autoing it, just so that he doesn't get you killed. But yeah, Super Battle Road was like that back in the day, which I think was fun. It was one of the reasons why Super Battle Road back then was really fun. Like when it first came out, it was so hard compared to everything else in the game. I've told this story many times before, but like this was, I think, even before, I think it was before I started making content. I can't remember, but like I would be at work on my night shift and I'd be watching, like, there's a guy, I can't remember what his name was. It wasn't like a massive YouTuber or anything, but he would stream sometimes around the time that I was at work and trying out the new like Super Battle Road stages. And like he would stream for like 3 hours trying to do one stage and not do it. Like, it was crazy. Okay, so yeah, Prof, you haven't done all the SBR stages. Oh, wow. That's like 300, 400, 500. Like, just from those pictures that you sent me of the ones that you have left to do, you have like easily over 600 stones you can get from doing all of those events and stuff. That's crazy. Dude, I would love to have 600 stones worth of events to farm in the game. That'd be great. Have 700 stones ready for the GDC. I guess especially because Wirus is physical, Daima Goku could do like some ridiculous damage in this in this stage. Right now I have 1,221 stones. Yeah, so you could get to like 2,000 by doing all of the content that you haven't done. What's that? Oh, and you have dragon ores that are worth 409 stones as well. So yeah, that means you can get to like 2,000. You'd be at like 2,250 stones, like fairly comfortably. And between now and when the GDC starts, if you do all the content that does come out between now and then, you'll be looking at like easily being at like 2,500 stones for the GDC. Gotta get on it. Well, to drop extreme boss rush, where it's hard Dokkan events that would give us more stones and also medals for each fight. So you could do that to farm 77 of the each fight medals. People were talking about that for years, where like they should add a difficulty, because obviously the Dokkan events that drop 7 medals and you need 77, there should just be like, once you beat it the first time, so you obviously get 7 because you have to beat the run once anyway, then there's like a super hard difficulty version that just gives you 70 medals. So if you do the really hard one, like next, then you just get all the last medals that you need. So it only takes you 2 runs, but the hard one is obviously quite hard. No, I think that would be really cool. Oh, I have not realised the time at all. I'm just nattering away and doing the easy A. But yeah, so that's going to be it from me. I appreciate you guys coming out. There might be a slight change to the schedule today. I have heard back from Minato and Vilify about potentially doing the podcast tonight, because we couldn't do it yesterday. So I will keep you guys updated as to what is happening. The tiny voice inside my head that tells me not to get any of those stones because of whatever comes with the heroes' EZAs. I was going to say, I guess it depends on your level of self-control, because I was going to say you could get the stones and just not use them, but... Anyway, so that's going to be it for the stream. I appreciate you guys coming out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. The schedule will be up later for next week, and we will be back Monday morning for Dokkan, tomorrow morning. Hopefully we'll get some news of upcoming content. As we said earlier in the stream, we do know that there should be new frontier stages coming for that Red Ribbon Army frontier, although we don't know exactly when. But those should be coming up soon. So yeah, that's going to be it from me. I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow on the Twitch side, all that good stuff. I will see you guys all again soon. Have a good one.